that's the rotate button, and that's the zoom button, and that's the full zoom. Just tried all 6 that I thought it might be. Didn't work, man. Didn't work. We're getting a nice view of Sasquatch's hatchery right now.
Yep.
It's a good-looking hatchery, man. I used to build igloos as a kid. Didn't look anywhere near that good. In the top left, Sasquatch's opponents. Quite an opponent at that. He's tearing it up, man, whether from the right, whether from the left. This guy's dropping you from every angle. You got to be on guard. He's Masa. He has secured 3 victories thus far against Team Complexity.
That's right. So Complexity's really got to turn it around. They figure they're going to pin their hopes on yet another Zerg player here. But Terrans have been doing well lately. And we saw it in GSL last night. We saw it in our tournaments over the past couple of weeks. Terrans are starting to figure things out a little bit, and we'll see what they can do going forward.
Yeah, it's an evolving metagame, of course, constantly, but at the same time, you'll always get the chance to explore completely new options, and we've seen Terrans really work on that late game and just experiment with things other than, like, looking, for instance, at Marine King Prime. His goal has been kill before Broodlords get on the field. We've seen some players, such as Gumiho, have excellent results even against really, really late game scenarios with Broodlord and Faster, that deadly composition. Really just realizing, for instance, catching your opponent off guard with tons of ghosts is a fantastic example, which, Snipe, it may have gotten nerfed a while back, but it's actually still pretty strong.
Yeah, it is. And we've seen players like Thorsane, who was still toyed around with using it and stuff like that, depending on the unit composition, are still overloading on those ghosts.
Yeah.
Now, though, Masa has actually produced a barracks. He built it inside of his base down the bottom right, then floated it down on the low ground here, and I think this drone's going to pick up on it. It does. Sees the barracks on the low ground there, but a very clever position as Masa cuts out so much walk distance by floating that down, but still is able to remain relatively economic because he can build it inside of his base. Now, important to note, this is the first game, though, that Masa has not decided to go for that quick command center, and we'll see what his strategy is going to be from here on out.
Yeah, he is sending out a second SCV here, in fact, so he's going to be fairly, he's going to be investing into the attempt to get that bunker down. See what he can do. The first SCV does run into the main base. There is not an Overlord over the natural expansion, so this was a pretty intelligent maneuver out of Moss. We'll see what he can get done with it. Drones there's a couple of them off the line right now, in fact.
Right. And that's right. Buildings that are constructing have no vision, so, just a tiniest little bit of area around it. And looks like this Marine is actually tucked into a very good spot there. I think he can get out. I think there's a little path here, but in any case, he's remaining incredibly defensive.
And that bunker is nearing completion now. Now, if you want to throw down a second bunker here, you got to do it very soon. That Marine is, of course, trapped on the outside of the base. And the SCV, in fact, gets taken out. That's a nice victory for Sasquatch.
All right, yeah, and it looks like this bunker is up and running now. And, of course, as you mentioned before, you have to start that bunker pretty quickly because once Creep gets to its max range, you can't actually put a bunker down that allow units to fire upon the hatchery directly from that. And looks like he is going to be content with just this one for the time being.
This pretty much does nothing for Masa except hold on to 75 resources that he can get back.
Boy. And Sasquatch is going for 2 gas Roach Warren.
Yeah, these are a bit quick for a Roach Bane all-in, so this should just be a Roach play.
Yeah, I could see a big Roach all-in or something like that at this point, though. Break the bunker and then just go try and kill your opponent. And
it's super smart. We were just talking about how it ties up the money.
And build on top of that. Look at this. Masa just going for an immediate third command center.
And that's how the cookie crumbles. Masa being the cookie, of course.
Yes.
He's going to be in a lot of trouble, man. If the expansion is taken, he will definitely be lifting it here. There's no holding against roaches that are going to be out here in a second. Will he snipe a drone? He does not get it, actually.
Yeah, pretty close there, but if you take a look at things, drones don't really matter right now either to Sasquatch because he's stopped producing them, and it's going to be all roaches from here on out.
If he doesn't kill Masa, everything, every last unit matters, but Masa is going to be hard-pressed to hold this off because he's actually going for Hellions right now. And I'm waiting to see, actually, okay, so he is, yep. Okay, he's really confused. Okay, so it is going to be Hellions. I was like, wait, no Marines? Okay, that's not too bad. You build a bunker, hold it off.
Yeah, and everything, most things being at the top of the ramp here would have been nice. But that bunker's on the low ground.
And that bunker's in a really, really bad place. On top of that, to deal with roaches. I mean, that's a great bunker against lings.
Yeah, for those ling run-bys that you sometimes see at the middle of games, Zerg players make 16 to 20 lings, just rush by and try and do damage at the natural. Perfect against that. Terrible
Horrendous.
against this.
Horrible. 7 roaches and a ling accompaniment. If the lings don't die to the Hellions here, this may just be game. May just be game anyways. Yeah, I mean, Masa has no units at all. Those were his Marines. So now the Hellions will have to Infinity Poke these to death. SCV's coming off the line, but more and more roaches are pouring in. And how is Masa going to kill these off?
Well, I mean, he's making his Banshee, but it's still a very long way away. Banshees don't have the shortest build time, still 40 seconds, and in that time, you can see the SCVs are just falling one by one. So actually take a look at the total workers killed, already 19, now 20, 13 SCVs and falling. Sometimes you see that Terran players are able to find a way back from a bad economic position, but this is a disastrous one. Now, I don't want to take too much credit away from Masa. He had a great run so far, but things are looking very bleak for him at the moment.
They definitely are. He's down to just 23 supply at this point, surrounding a couple of roaches here. Reinforcements of speedlings are moving across the map right now, and I think that might seal the deal. As all the roaches will die, but these speedlings are going to be so difficult for this Banshee to kill, and he's going to take huge, and he loses the Hellion. He just lost the Hellion. The Hellion, of course, would help a lot in dealing with these lings, and here they come.
That's right. So lings are going to clean up the vast majority of the rest of this, and his opponent's down to just 10 supply. The evolution chamber's already done. The Spire is on the way on top of this, and this Banshee is not going to kill Sasquatch. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, we may have a little bit of a match on our hands as Sasquatch looks like he's going to take this game.
Yeah, it does look that way. He just wants to make sure he gets his cloak. It's down. With it are the hopes for Masa taking this game. Down to just 10 supply. Not really any options from here. There it is, GG.
All right, so Sasquatch takes a game back for complexity, and we have a set again. It's 2-3. Just one game away from tying things up, and looks like that was indeed the right pick after all.
Yeah, it was a pretty good read, too, out of Sasquatch. He says, you made a bunker, you sent 2 SCVs out. The bunker's not hindering me at all. It slows down your build. Let's try it. Let's go for it.
Yep.
And he made a great read because also on top of that, Masa went for the extra fast command center to kind of catch up on the delay that the bunker was going to impose on his economy. So
you're exactly right, but we are going to run to a commercial break. So coming up next, we have a ZVZ, and you can trust that'll be a fairly unconventional one as we have captain, owner of Team Root, Cats, coming in next. So we're going to play on Antigua Shipyard. We're going to run to a commercial break. We'll be right back after this for game number 6.